Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I've been watching a lot of films from 2025, like films I've missed, like you'll see today, and in my next movie review. But yeah, there's a lot of films I still haven't seen, like Good Boy, the film that stars a dog, Together, that stars Dave Franco. So yeah, there's a lot of films I'm still trying to catch up on, and how can I forget? Bring her back. Anyways, today I'm talking about Predator Badlands. Okay, let me say, I loved Prey. I loved Killer of Killers, the film that was released actually last year as well, the Predator film. And both of those films were directed by Dan Trachtenberg. I think he's a great director. He does such an amazing job with the Predator universe. So he's back as a director for Predator Badlands. And it was distributed by 20th Century Studios, which was 20th Century's Fox, but Disney bought, changed the name. Anyway, I think they're doing a great job recently. Films like Prey, Alien Romulus, even Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I think they are producing very well developed, low budget, not super low, not like indie, but still relatively compared to Marvel and Star Wars, low budget, great flicks. I think those films are very well made and it is nothing short of great. The studio's efforts are very good and the end results really do satisfy me. Before I start my review for Predator Badlands, I want to say two things. One, I have a cold, so if I sound sick, I am sick. Anyway, two, I'm not the biggest Predator fan. Yes, I love the films, but like I'm not invested in this world. Like I don't religiously read about the lore or like just think about the characters and how cool they are. I mean, they are cool like the Predators, but I think I like the Alien universe a bit more because I do enjoy the horror aspects to those films. But saying that though, I do enjoy the action the Predator films bring. They can be cool, visceral, violent. It's just some really fun stuff. So when I saw the advertisement for Predator Badlands that's starring an actual Predator as the main character in a Predator film, I was excited. I was really looking forward to it. I've seen it recently, so let's talk about it. Okay, the story follows a young Yautja grunt who is small in size called Deck, who crash lands on a hostile planet and must prove himself by defeating that planet's strongest apex predator to prove himself to his father that he can be a predator too. Yeah, that's like the simplest story of it. And this leads him to forming a partnership with Tia, who is a Weyland Yutani Corporation android synthetic. And yes, Weyland Yutani is back from Alien, which was really cool to see. Okay, I'm gonna say this film is fucking awesome. Deck being a grunt and smaller in size actually really worked for the story and made me root for him. Like he's relatable. He shows a bit more like human reactions and emotions to stuff, which I really enjoyed. That made him more, like I said, relatable, and I thought he was a great lead. Following Deck's journey, being a fish out of water and trying to prove himself and like act like he's actually a very very strong character, even though he's not, was really well made and well thought out. The action that comes with this film was satisfying and it felt like a proper action film rather than older Predator films, which featured more of like a horror element to them, like a suspense or thrilling stuff. But this was a straight up like popcorn summer blockbuster action flick, which I really enjoyed. But what I did not like was the PG-13 element to it. It did take away the violence and the visceralness like I like in my Predator films. Yeah, I know the violence is there, the action is there, the blood isn't red, which is green, so they can do like decapitations or like arm chopped off or like stabbing. But saying that though, I don't know, like the action wasn't that violent. So the PG-13 still did hinder, like if there's like a decapitation, they try to hide it in the fog or like show it zoomed out. You'll see in the first 10 minutes of the film anyway. I don't know. I just wanted more brutal action scenes. But saying that though, the action in the film is still super entertaining. I was really, really enjoying my time watching some scenes play out and like the set pieces that happen in the film. The cast in the film, even though small, did a great job. Okay, I'm gonna butcher his name. I do apologize, but the guy who portrays Deck is called Dimitrius Shuster Koloamatangi. I'm just gonna call him Dimitrius. I think he did an amazing job. His physicality was great. I know he didn't speak, but like just the body language he had, just I don't know, just made him more, like I said, relatable. He felt more human compared to other predators, in the previous films. So I think as a body acting, he was great. And the film also features Elle Fanning as Tia, who is a Weyland Yutani synthetic, at the same time portraying her sister Tessa, who is like the villain of the film. I think Elle Fanning was a standout. Her character was so funny. It just brought the overall entertainment. Like some of the shit she did and said was just like, it just cracked me up. I thought she was super entertaining. She was great in the role, playing dual roles. I think Thea was obviously the better character. Tessa she's just a generic synthetic villain that could have been fleshed out a bit more, but still she served her purpose, and the way they took her down was very entertaining. The other aspect which I absolutely loved was that we get to explore the Yautja culture a bit more and see their home planet. I feel like learning about these species didn't undermine them. I saw a lot of people complain that we learned too much or saw too much about them, so like the whole mystery aspect is gone. To me, I didn't care, man. It actually made them more badass for me. Like, I wanted to know what they do, why they hunt. Obviously, we know why they hunt, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just like what they do on their home planet. Do they fight between each other? How they decide who's the king or like the leader? I think exploring those things was very entertaining. I really, really enjoyed those scenes. But what was more badass was the planet Deck lands on. Oh my gosh, dude, the harshness of that planet, the constant threat, like just like lurking around, and just like the overall planet being a dead zone was just so fun to watch. Every turn, the flower, the grass, the tree branch, everything was a constant threat to Deck. And it was good seeing a predator being under stress and actually being the prey. I think that was a great setup for the character and how he develops and the planet overall. I really love that planet. It was just very unique, and the imagery was very unique too. Some of the things like the grass that's made out of glass or the explosive flowers, I think those were very creative and imaginative. And I'm gonna say this all leads up to the final fight and Deck just trying to adapt to this planet and how he can fight the villains by using some of the things the planet offers was a very good way of showing character development and growth in Deck. And last thing, I really love that Deck spoke in his own language. I think that was a great choice, and I really applaud them for that. But this is not a perfect film. The CGI was inconsistent. The opening fight, like the opening 10 minutes, I was not into it at all. I was really disappointed, and I was thinking, dude, is this film gonna be like this? I heard so many great stuff and I'm not enjoying it so far. But luckily, after the logo appears and Deck crash lands on the planet, the film picks up and I love the rest of it. But like the first 10 minutes, the action choreography, the suits, the fighting styles, they all felt cheap like Power Rangers. That's not a good comparison comparing Predator, which is badass, to Power Rangers, to like, a cheaply made TV show. But I don't know, I wasn't impressed with the first 10 minutes, and overall, the CGI is good, but like I said, it's inconsistent. I'm gonna echo what I said before, but I wish the film was R-rated. I wanted more brutality, more violence, more visceralness. I think the whole action scenes, even though they're fun, it could have been better for me. Overall, Predator Badlands is a big win for me. Fun, funny, great characters, great chemistry between the two leads, even though they don't speak the same language. It just felt like a summer popcorn flick for me, even though it didn't release in summer. But you know what I mean. It's a film that I can just rewatch so many times and still get entertained by it. And after that ending, I need a sequel. So hopefully, Prey, Killer of Killers, Predator Badlands all lead up to like a final installment in this version of Predator films. That would be very, very badass. But either way, let me know down below what do you think about this film and how does it compare to Prey? I'm really curious about your answers. But either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see everyone on the next video.